Hello and welcome to marketing91.com. In this video, we are going to cover the topic on written communication. Before we proceed any further, please do note that we publish 3 videos daily on YouTube. So please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now let's start with the definition of written communication. Sending letters, office memos, reports, bulletins, etc. to convey messages is known as written communication. This method of communication is not very pliable and is formal. It is a permanent form of documentation to refer to in the future if preserved appropriately. Written communications may also be considered as legal proof and required. It cannot be used for classified or developing communication. It takes time and is not economical. Written communication should be civil, accurate, complete, and clear to be successful. Moving on, let's look at the types of written communication. First, transactional written communication. Obtaining results is the main aim of sending transactional messages. It may include clearing a doubt, seeking a favor, or requesting a meeting. Obtaining a response from either the recipient or the most informed person is its primary objective. Here, roles reverse and communicators become recipients while conveying transactional messages. They can choose the mediums they consider to be the most appropriate according to their needs. Online mediums of written communication are the best while conveying transactional messages. Asking short questions and receiving responses on time is the most convenient while using online written communication. Moving on to the second type, informational written communication. When a sender conveys messages for the recipient's sake, it is called informational written communication. A response is not required from the recipient and dependency on the recipient is less. The conversation will transition back to transactional communication if the recipient has doubts or worries. Offline and online mediums can be used to send this kind of communique to one or more people. Written memos distributed throughout the span of an office can convey the message to a large number and act as a reminder. Whereas an email will consist of an alert or notification that will make the messages almost unavoidable. And finally, instructional written communication. Instructions for particular tasks are conveyed to recipients through instructional written communication. The content of this communication must be intelligible and thorough if the recipients are expected to follow up with some action. It is crucial to include the basics in the content since some people might not be as knowledgeable as others. The objective is to provide knowledge to the recipients about things that they need and might implement later. The format takes precedence over method while sharing instructional information. Instructions can be more intelligible if the content is simplified with the help of numbering phrases or bullet points. Moving on to the advantages of written communication. First, it is appropriate for standing directions that are repetitive and long-distance interactions. Next, it is a permanent form of documentation to refer in the future if preserved appropriately. Written communication gives ample time to recipients to think and react. Written communication, as stated earlier, may also considered to be legal proof and required. It is appropriate for conveying pictures, charts, diagrams, and statistical information, etc. Bad or unpleasant news can be easily conveyed with the help of written communication. Next, disadvantages of written communication. First, it takes much time to compose a written message. Next, sending letters, notices, typing orders, etc. to respective location takes time. Next, feedbacks are not obtained instantly either. Since it is time-consuming and requires much effort, it is not economical. Unlike oral communication, confidentiality cannot be maintained in this kind of communication. Since it is written, it is not pliable and cannot be effortlessly changed. Moving on to the characteristics of a good written communication. First, simple language. The language used in written communication must be simple. The content of the written communication must be intelligible to recipients. Next, the format. Every written document calls for a definite format. All written documents have their own structure. Next, correct and exact. Well-written documents are correct and exact. Precision and high accuracy is required for well-written communication. Next, use of direct speech. Written communication must be conveyed in direct speech. One must avoid passive and indirect speech. Next, devoid of errors. There should not be linguistic mistakes in a well-written communication. Also, avoid basic grammatical errors. And finally, convey attitude. One's attitude must be conveyed in the written communication. This might impress the readers. Finally, let's look at the forms of written communications used for business. They are overlapping in certain cases, but they are divided into 2 parts, internal, external. Under internal communication at a workplace, it is done through emails, reports, instant messages as in the intranet that they have in their office, bulletins, and employee manuals. As far as external communication is concerned, it's done through news releases, via email, brochures, letters, and finally, advertisements. So that's it, folks. This brings an end to the topic on written communication. These are some of the sources and links referred to for the content in the video. If you've liked the video, do subscribe to our channel where you'll witness 3 new videos daily. Additionally, if you want to view these videos in an organized manner, you can visit freecourses.net, where all our videos are arranged in the form of courses. Thank you and see you in the next video.